Good morning, everyone. The teaching approaches that we will be discussing right now are the moral dilemma and the reflective teaching. So, moral dilemma is a situation where a person must choose between two or more options that are all morally wrong. The person must consider multiple moral values or duties but can only honor one. So, in teaching approaches, moral dilemma is a situation where a teacher must make two or more conflicting choices or decisions. So, all those choices or decisions that a teacher will make or will take, none of that are totally right. So it means that every choices or decisions matter to the problem that the teacher will make. All of that will have a consequences. So tanan choices nga buhatan sa teacher nagi consequences, no? Example number one, when giving grades. So when a teacher is giving grades to his or her students, he should think for an instances or he should consider many instances or matter before diving in. Just say, for example, if one of your students in your class is an athlete and the rest of them are not, and then that students who is an athlete, um, gipadala siya for regional meet or sa palarong regional, but then wala siya nag-champion, second place or third place lang siya, and then the rest of your students na dili athlete is gipa-exam nimo sila, and then there are 3 to 4 students nimo nga naka-highest score sila, and then the demand is whatever the score or the highest score nga nakuha sa imong estudyante nga dili athlete, mao pud to ang score na ihatag nimo dito sa imong student nga athlete. So you will be stuck in a decision whether hatagan ba nimo siya og higher grade. It's because deserve niya kay naningkamot man pud siya sa palarong regional as a player. Tupong atong student nimo nga dili athlete pero naningkamot pud siya sa exam para maka-highest score siya. Without considering the fact nga wala siya nag-champion kundi second place lang siya or third place, or dili nimo siya hatagan og higher grade tungod kay ang imong subject is dili man MAPE or PE kundi English. And if you choose whether one of that choices, you will be questioned by many. Kay what if hatagan nimo siya og grado nga taas nga grado bisag wala siya nag-take sa exam. And then questionon man pud ka sa imong ubang mga student, "Ma'am, ngano lagi gitagaan nimo siya og taas nga grado nga wala man siya nag-take sa exam?" Mo nimo na daghan kayang question. Then ikaw pod as a teacher, murag maka-feel pud ka og guilt sa imong kaugalingon. But then the demand is kung unsa ang highest score nga na-receive sa imong student, equivalent pud to mo to imong ihatag sa imong student, and you already know that whatever the choices you made, there will be a consequences. Number two example is respect the privacy of your student. This matter is very confidential, no? That as a teacher or as a future teacher, all the information that we get from our student, that should remain confidential or that should be kept confidential between you and your students, because there are instances man good nga what if one of your students is a rape victim. One time sulod siya sa imong klase nga wala siya sa iyang hunahuna, and then ikaw sad as a teacher, as a concerned teacher niya, mangutana ka nga ng inana siya mauni mauna, then muchika siya sa iyang panghitabo or mga nahitabo or sa personal problem niya, and then ikaw pod as a teacher dili day ka kasaligan, gipangchika po nimo sa imong mga co-teachers or gidespise nimo siya sa iyahang uban nga mga classmates. So siya as a victim ana nga crime, dako kay ng epekto sa iyaha tungod kay maka-feel man siya og kanang kaulaw sa iyang kaugalingon, and then sa iya pong mga teachers maka-feel siya nga mahadlok siya sa ubang tao tungod kay feel niya murag ginabuli siya, naka-feel siya og dako nga kaulaw bitaw sa iyang kaugalingon. So mo na no, as a teacher dapat kabalo ta mo respeto sa personal life or sa private life sa ato ang mga students. So kung unsa ang time and space nga iyang gidemand, dapat mora pod na atong gihatag, whether estudyante man na nimo or katrabaho nimo.
To continue our discussion this morning, reflective teaching is a teaching method that involves teachers analyze their teaching practices and results. It's a way for teachers to improve themselves and the learning outcomes for their students. How does reflective teaching work? So first, teachers examine their beliefs about teaching and learning. They consider how well their teaching practices align with their beliefs. They look for evidence of effective learning. They reflect on their teacher before, during, and after a course. Reflective teaching example scenario could be a teacher delivering a lesson on fractions, noticing that a significant portion of the class struggled with a concept during a group activity. Then, taking time after the lesson to analyze why this occurred, potentially identifying that the visual aids used were not clear enough, and deciding to revise the lesson plan for the next class with more concrete visual representations to support their understanding. So the elements of this scenario, it could be the observation, self-reflection, analysis, action plan. So for the observation, the teacher actively observes students' engagement and identifies areas where students are struggling during the lesson. Self-reflection. The teacher takes time to analyze their own teaching practices and consider the factors that might have contributed to student difficulty. Analysis. The teachers identify specific aspects of the lessons that may cause confusion, such as the visual aids used. Action plan. Based on their reflection, the teachers decide to adjust their teaching approach for future lessons to better support student learning. So here are some examples of reflective teaching. Include the personal reflection, observations, per observation, student evaluations. Personal reflection. Taking time to think about your teaching methods and how to improve them. Observation. Paying attention to the students' behave, interact, and their attitudes in the classroom. Per observation. Working with other teachers to observe other and learn from each other's teaching practices. Lastly is student evaluation, analyzing feedback from students to understand how they are learning and what you can improve from it.